So hello everyone, good afternoon, how are you all? So guys, today we are going to discuss the paper which is the live test, but there's some difference. What is it? As we are aware of, according to the new notice, there will be a sectional timing, and in this sectional timing you will be allotted 15 minutes for each sections, as you are aware of, right? So the only point is, guys, please practice these mocks so that in the examination there will be no issue in solving these questions, because obviously some of the questions might take time, some of the questions might be the one, like for example, if I talk about the GS section, in the GS section the only issue is if we'll go with this section, so obviously it will not take 15 minutes, it will be like 7 to 8 minutes. If you are prepared well, you can complete the whole section, but when this extra time is left now, at that time we actually try to overthink, and that creates the issue. But as of now, let's try to solve these questions and let's see what are the detailed explanation for the same. We'll have obviously the questions, we have seen them, but today we are not going with the 15 minutes of timing, because I need to explain this everything in detail. So the first question is, you need to match the following books with their authors from Indian literature. So what is the first question? The list one is, here we have some books and here we have list 2 with the authors. So the first one is the interpreter of the melodies. So yes, it's written by Jhumpa Lahiri. Second one is A Suitable Boy. So that's written by Vikram Seth. The third one is Shadow Lines, and that's written by Amitabh Ghosh. So guys, that is sequence order which is mentioned here. So obviously we can go with option number A. That is the correct answer. So option number A is the perfect answer. And yes, books and author plays a significant role in examination. We cannot miss this part. Okay, so there are few things which I need to mention here. All the 4 authors are celebrated figures in the contemporary English, Indian writing in English. Also, the works listed have received significant national and international acclaim, making them landmarks in the modern Indian literature. Okay, so Vikram Seth's A Suitable Boy has also been accepted into a BBC television drama mini-series. So that means, yes, all these particular books are important and you must be aware of them. Fine. What is the next question? The next is, the 9th 5-year plan focused primarily on what? So guys, this 9th year plan was actually from 1997 to 2002. Now tell me, what do you think, what should be the correct answer? And everyone who is present here is requested to please answer them, as these questions are very important. So what do you think? So was it rapid industrialization and economic liberalization? No. So it's not. Was it growth with social justice and equality? Yeah, that's correct. So guys, here option number B was the correct answer. But there are few things, Aki, that I want to tell you. And what is it? So the first thing that I want to mention is, the 9th 5-year plan was from 1997 to 2002, and it was focused on the growth with social justice and equality, emphasizing the rural development, agriculture and the social sector. So yes, here the target growth was 6.5%, but the actual growth was 5.4%. Okay, so here the correct answer was B. Next, what is the next question? The next is, during the rule of Delhi Sultanate, Wazir was dash. Was it Chief Minister, Head of State News Agency, was he religious officer, or was he Chief Judicial Officer? So what is the answer? Okay, this time the answer will be Chief Minister. So Wazir was actually the Chief Minister. Fine. What's the next question? Achha, one more thing I need to tell few things here. So guys, Wazir, that is the Prime Minister. 1 minute. Yeah. Prime Minister. So he was the head of financial administration, that is Diwan-e Wizarat. Then Arizi Mumalik, he was the head of military department, that is Diwan-e Ariz. Then we have Diwan-e Incha, that is Dabir. So in charge of the department of correspondence. Then Sadarus Sudar, so he was the chief of religious affairs, that is Diwan-e Risalat. So he was responsible for the grants to religious scholars, overseeing religious institutions and ensuring Islamic law was followed. Okay, then Qazi, who was he? He was actually the judicial officer responsible for administering justice according to the Islamic law, that is known as Sharia. And the final one is Muhtasib. And what is it? So Muhtasib is the market inspector or moral censor. He was responsible for maintaining the public morality, regulating market practices, ensuring fair trade, and sometimes enforcing the Islamic rules and regulations. 1 second. Yeah, so Islamic moral codes in the public spaces. Achha, there were 2 more. That is Amir E. Majlis, that is officer in charge of the court ceremonies, public functions, and also Baridi Mumalik. So he was the head of intelligence and postal services. Fine. So yes, all these were important. They are asked in the examination. You must remember them. Next, guys. Now the question is, which SI derived unit quantity pair is not correctly matched? So what is it? So is it Pascal second with the coefficient of dynamic viscosity? So that's correct. Joule per coulomb, that is electric potential difference, that's again correct. Weber, that is magnetic flux, that's again correct. So guys, by option elimination also you can take the answer, but here this option is incorrect. That is Sivert, that is absorbed dose. No, that's incorrect. So we'll go with option number D. That is Sivert absorbed dose is wrong. So Sivert quantifies what? So it quantifies equivalent upon effective dose, that is incorporating radiation, weighing and tissue weighting. So absorbed dose is measured in gray, that is GY. So yes, here option number D was incorrect. What is the next question? The next one is this. So it's again related with the physics. The question is, static friction increases with applied force up to its maximum limit. Okay. When the motion begins, the friction drops to kinetic friction, usually less than the maximum static friction. Okay. Kinetic friction is independent of normal reaction. So guys, what do you think? What should be the answer according to you people? So this is important one. So guys, here obviously the first and second statement are correct. So I will go with just option number A, which is only and only option number 1 and 2. It follows. Next. So it's related with the folk dances. So which of the following is correct regarding the Indian classical folk dances? The first one is, Kudiyattam is a solo female lascier form emphasizing abhinaya without a stage clown. Second one is, Kuchipudi is rooted in Karnataka's Yakshagan theatre and uses heavy wooden masks. Third one is, Kathak features intricate tatkar, that is the footwork, or chakras set to the Hindustani tala cycles. And the fourth one is, Mohiniyattam often uses rigid face mask and drum ensembles identical to Chau. So what do you think? What should be the correct answer? Aki? You have 4 options here. No one? Okay, so it's the time for me to answer. So guys, Kathak features tatkar, that is footwork, and chakras set to the Hindustani tala cycle. So here the correct answer will be option number C. Next, which of the following does not refer to the concept of fiscal deficit? So the gap between the total government expenditure and the total government revenue, excluding borrowings, the excess of government's total expenditure over its total receipts, that is excluding debt. Then we have the amount the government needs to borrow to meet its expenditure obligations. And the fourth one is the difference between the exports and imports of a country in a financial year. So what do you think? The correct answer is what? So the concept of fiscal deficit, right? So here, please mark. So if we'll ask about the fiscal deficit, so this, everything is correct. But it's not asking what is referring to the concept, it's asking what does not refer to the concept of fiscal deficit. So as the difference between the export and imports of a country in a financial year, that's not referring to the concept of fiscal deficit, and that's why the correct answer is going to be our option number D. So let's go with the explanation of the same. The difference between the export and imports is called trade balance or balance of trade, that is BOT. It has no direct relation to the fiscal deficit, which deals with the government finances. Yes, fiscal deficit is financed through borrowing, disinvestment, and sometimes external loans. High fiscal deficit can cause inflation if financed by printing money. So the primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus interest payments. That's it. What's the next question? Yes guys, one more thing. In case you have any doubts or queries in between, you can keep on asking. There's no issue in that. Fine. Next. So you have to find the correct statement here. The first one is, GDP at market prices includes net indirect taxes but excludes net factor income from abroad. That's correct. The second one is, GNP equals GDP plus net exports. Guys, is it correct? No, that's wrong. NNP at factor cost is commonly termed national income. That's correct. And depreciation is the difference between the gross and the net measures. So guys, here first, third and fourth. First and fourth, that is option number C will be the correct answer. And yeah, more about it. So here, option number 1 was correct that we have discussed. So option number statement 2 was incorrect. So GNP is equal to GDP plus NFIA, not net exports. So that's why option number B was incorrect. Others, all the three options were correct. So GDP at factor cost is equal to GDP at market prices minus net indirect taxes. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer was option number 1, that is statement number 1, statement number 3 and statement number 4. Fine. Now the next question is from bio. Okay. So guys, in order to understand this, let's understand our heart is divided into how many parts. So as our heart is divided into 4 different chambers, right? So since this is the right one, we'll write right here, and this is left one, so we'll write left. So guys, according to the dictionary order, just go start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Why I'm saying this? Because the upper part is auricle and the lower part is ventricle. Similarly, the left part, so it's left auricle, left ventricle. So our heart is divided into 4 different sections: right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. So here, when blood enters in it, it enters via superior vena cava. What is it? Superior or inferior vena cava. So when blood enters it here, it has the lesser amount of oxygen, that is the blood with lesser amount of oxygen is actually entered here, that is in right atrium. From right atrium, when this blood enters the left or right ventricle part, so here there's a valve that is known as what? That is tricuspid valve. So please remember this. Which valve is there? You must remember this. What is it? So guys, that is your tricuspid valve. So here this valve is known as tricuspid. Fine. Now what is going to happen? The blood from right atrium to right ventricle, when it enters to tricuspid valve, it will move towards lungs now. So for reaching the lungs, it needs to go via what? Pulmonary artery. So via pulmonary artery, this blood enters the lungs where the oxygen is actually included in it. And then when oxygen is there, so it's oxygenated blood now, it enters the left atrium. Then from mitral valve, it will reach to left ventricle. So tricuspid valve was present between the right atrium and right ventricle. So 1C is the correct answer. Then guys, we have 2 options with 1C. So obviously these are eliminated. Second one is mitral valve or bicuspid valve is where? So guys, that is present between the left atrium and left ventricle. So guys, here this is the mitral valve, right? So it is mitral valve, or we can say bicuspid valve. So 2D. So 2D, that's again wrong. So that's why I'll go with option number D. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option number D. So guys, this is from the biology section and you must remember these things. These are very important actually. Fine. Okay. Next. Department of Posts launched the 24 speed post parcel, 48 speed post services on March 17, 26 in New Delhi, in the first phase these services will be made available across which of the following cities? Is it Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bengaluru or Hyderabad? What do you think? What should be the correct answer? So guys, this you will be getting at Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, which means all the options which are mentioned here are correct. So yes, a few points here. Department of Post launched 24 speed post parcel, 40 speed post on 17th March 26 in New Delhi, right? So yes, it is going to cover all these cities. So 6 major cities includes Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta, Bangalore and Hyderabad. Fine. Next is you have to tell which is the correctly matched pair of British Governor Generals of India and the events with which they are associated. So Lord William Benedict. So guys, he was during the time of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, right? So Sati system was actually abolished in his time period only. So yes, that's correct. Lord Lytton is linked with the Vernacular Press Act. Again, this one is correct. And Lord Dufferin was linked with the establishment of Indian National Congress in 1885. That's absolutely correct. And yes, Alan Octavian Hume played a significant role in its development. So here, all the three options are correct. So A, B, C, I'll go with option number C here. What is the correct answer? Option number C will be the correct answer. So I'll just take 1 second. So what is it? A, B, C is the correct answer. So here, Lord William Bentinck, 1828 to 1835, abolition of sati system in 1829, the Charter Act of 1833. Lord Lytton, Vernacular Press Act, Arms Act, Second Afghan War, Queen Victoria assumed the title Kaisar-e-Hind or Queen Empress of India. In the Lord Ripon's time, important achievements were repeal of Vernacular Press Act, First Factory Act, Government Resolution on Local Self-Government. Then we have Ilbert Bill controversy, then Hunter Commission on Education, and finally the Lord Dufferin, Third Burmese War, establishment of the Indian National Congress in 1885. So guys, these are important ones. If you want, you can take the screenshot as well, because from the history portion, most of the questions are repeated from this part. Okay, next. The next question is this. In which year did India win the Men's Hockey World Cup for the only time? Was it 71, 82, 75 or 94? What do you think? So guys, that was 75. But yes, I need to explain few things here. That's important as well. So India has won Men's Hockey World Cup only once, and that was in 1975 when the tournament was held in Kuala Lumpur, right? So Men's Hockey World Cup is organized by FIH, that is International Hockey Federation. Sorry, FIH, that is International Hockey Federation, which is held after every 4 years. It's just like Cricket World Cup and FIFA World Cup. So India defeated Pakistan by 2-1 in the final of 1975 Hockey World Cup. Okay, so that's done. What's the next question? The next one is related to the statics. Okay, so the statements about Dravid temple architecture are given here. Statement 1 is the main temple tower, which is known as Vimana, is shaped like a stepped pyramid that rises up geometrically rather than the curving inwards. That's correct, because if I talk about these curves, these are present in the northern India. So yep, the statement number 1 is absolutely correct. The statement number 2 is the crowning element at the very top of this tower is large ribbed stone disc that is called Amalaga. That's wrong. So here the only statement is option number 1. So I'll just go with option number A. So the South Indian Dravid architecture, Viman, is indeed a storied stepped pyramid that we have discussed. In the North Indian Nagar temples, we have the tower, that is Shikhar, they have a curvilinear shape. We have discussed this. But talking about the second statement, why it was wrong. So the Amalak, that is ribbed disc, is a feature of Nagar, that is North Indian architecture. In the Dravid style, the crowning element is a dome-shaped structure that is known as Shikhar, or we can say that it is a Stupika. So guys, these structures of the temples, they are relevant with the examination, and you might have seen this question in all the tests. This is the reason why we are keeping it. Okay, next is, which of the following is or are the criteria mentioned in the census of India to define an urban area? So at least 50% of the male working population engaged in non-agricultural occupation. What is it? A minimum population of 5,000, that's correct, right? Density of population is at least 200 persons per square kilometer, no. So here I'll go with only and only with option number 2. So guys, please remember here, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is just option number 2. But there are few important things, you must remember them. What is it? See, statement number only 2 was correct that we have discussed. So census of India defines urban area as the population of minimum population of 5,000. Second, at least 75% of the male working population engaged in the non-agricultural occupations. Third one is density of the population must be at least 400 persons per square kilometer. That was given 50%. That's why it was wrong. And in the third statement, it was given just 200 persons per square kilometer. That's why that was wrong. Okay. So as per 2011 census, about 31% of the Indian population lives in urban areas. Okay. So these were the 3 criteria we have understood. Next. Okay. So guys, the question is regarding secularism now. So consider the following statements regarding secularism. The state may regulate or restrict secular activities associated with the religious place. Second one is, the word secular was added to the preamble by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment. The third one was, Article 27 prohibits levying any tax if it proceeds incidentally benefit a religious denomination. So you have four options. Let us see what will be the correct answer, guys. So the state may regulate or restrict secular activities associated with the religious place. That's correct. Religious practice. Sorry, that's correct. Then the word secular was added to the preamble by 42nd constitutional amendment. So that is again correct. But Article 27 prohibits levying any taxes if it proceeds incidentally benefit a religious denomination. That's wrong. So only and only option number 1 and 2, that is option number D, was the correct answer, right? So option number 3 was incorrect. Why? Because Article 27 bars taxes specifically appropriated for promotion and maintenance of a particular religion. Incidental benefits from general taxes are not barred. Okay, so yes, Article 25 guarantees the freedom of conscience and free profession. Article 27 or 26 grants right to the religious denominations to manage their own affairs in the matters of religion. Article 28 that restricts the religious instruction in the state-funded educational institutions. And talking about Article 30, so it protects the minorities' right to establish and administer educational institutions. That's it. What is the next question? The next one is, consider the following statements regarding the alluvial vents. Okay, so guys, it's regarding geography. So they are formed when a river emerges from a mountainous region onto a plain. Deposition occurs due to a sudden reduction in the velocity of the river. Third one is, they are commonly found in the arid and semi-arid regions. So which of the following statements do you think are correct? So guys, they are formed when a river emerges from a mountainous region onto a plain. That's correct. Deposition occurs due to a sudden reduction in the velocity of the river. That's again correct. They are commonly found in the arid and semi-arid regions. So guys, none of the option is wrong. So what we can say? We can say that 1, 2 and 3. All the options that I mentioned here are correct. Next. So in a cricket, how many runs are awarded to the batting team if the ball hits a helmet which is not being borne but placed on the field mostly behind the wicket keeper? What is it? So are there runs awarded? Yes, they are awarded. So guys, how many? 5 runs basically. And it's not only about this helmet. Guys, it's like if any clothing material is also kept, then also this run will be given. So most of us love cricket, right? So we must be aware of this. So 5 runs are awarded, but not only for the helmet, but also for the clothing materials also. I have explained that here. See, so 5 penalty runs are awarded to the batting team if ball hits the helmet, which is not being borne. The same rule applies if a fielder fields the ball with his cap or other clothing item if a fielding side is to be found to have deliberately obstructed the batsman. So 5 penalty runs is also applicable if the ball is touched by the fielder who has come onto the field without the umpire's permission. So guys, here these are the 5 penalty runs rules which are given in the game of cricket. Next, which of the following statement is or are correct? The Trans-Himalayan ranges lie south of the Lesser Himalaya and include the Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar. Then we have the Karakoram and Ladakh ranges lie to the north of the Great Himalaya and are described as the Trans-Himalayan. So which of these statement is correct? So the Trans-Himalayas rise south of the Lesser Himalaya and include the Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar. That is wrong. The Karakoram and the Ladakh ranges lie to the north of the Great Himalaya and are described as Trans-Himalaya. That's correct. So guys, only and only statement B is correct. That is only option number B will be the correct answer. So I have to tell you a few things here. Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar belong to the Lesser Himalayas and lie south of the Great Himalayas. That is, calling them this Trans-Himalayas, this is incorrect. So guys, Karakoram and Ladakh ranges that I have already mentioned, that was correct. So the major Himalayan divisions, south to north, here Shivalik, that is the outer Himalaya, Lesser Himalayas, then we have Greater Himalayas and Trans Himalayas. So K2, that is Godwin Austen, is the Karakoram range. Nanga Parvat lies in the western Great Himalaya. Indus Sangpo. Acha, do you know what is Sangpo? This is actually the name for Brahmaputra river. Sangpo. This is the name of Brahmaputra river before it enters the India, right? Okay, so cold deserts of the Ladakh and this Changteng Plateau lies in the Trans-Himalayan zone only. So yes, these are the few important points that are linked with this question. Next, Jatin Goswami, a celebrated artist who was conferred the Padma Bhushan in 2025, is a global icon of which classical dance form that originated in Assam? Is it Bihu, Kathak, Odissi, or is it Satriya? What do you think, guys? So Jatin Goswami is actually conferred with the Padma Bhushan in 2025. He is a global icon for which dance form? That is Satriya. So Satriya, that is option number D will be the correct answer. So more about it. So he was awarded Padma Bhushan for his lifelong dedication to this dance form, that is Satriya. And Bihu is the popular folk dance from Assam. Kathak is a classical dance form primarily from the North India, and Odissi is a classical dance form from Odisha. Okay, next. So here we have assertion reasoning. So assertion is, in the calculation of GDP, capital goods like industrial lathes and tractors are treated as final goods even though they are used to produce other commodities. That's correct. Unlike intermediate goods, non-durable producer goods such as raw cotton or coal are entirely exhausted in a single production act and lose their individual identity within the final product. So guys, both these statements are correct here, but this is not the correct explanation. So what I'll do, I'll go with option number B, that is R is not the correct explanation of A. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer here will be option number B. Next. As per Article 172, dash of the state shall not be subjected to dissolution. Legislative Assembly, Legislative Council, House of People or Council of States. So guys, what is the correct answer? The correct answer will be Legislative Council. So yes, there are a few important things here that I want to discuss. Polity is always important. So as per Article 172, the Legislative Council of the state shall not be subject to the dissolution, but as nearly as possible, 1/3 of the members thereof shall retire as soon as may be on the expiration of every second year in accordance with the provisions made in that behalf by the Parliament by law. So Article 170 provides for the composition of the legislative assemblies in the states. 171 outlines the composition of the Legislative Council in the states that have bicameral legislature. And Article 80 establishes the composition of the Council of the States or Rajya Sabha. Article 81 provides for the composition of the House of People known as Lok Sabha. Fine. Next. Who among the following won FIDE Women's Grand Swiss Tournament for the second consecutive time by drawing against former Women's World Champion Ten Zhongyi in September 2025? So we have four options: Humpy, Divya Deshmukh, Vaishali Ramesh Babu, or Harika. So guys, the correct answer is Vaishali here. So Vaishali Ramesh Babu will be the correct answer in this case. Next. So the question is from FSCI. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, in consultation with the Ministry of Ayush, has released a definitive list of Ayurvedic food preparations under the category of Ayurveda Ahar in August 25. Identify the incorrect statement regarding this. So guys, we are asked about incorrect statement, not correct. So Ayurveda Ahar list was developed in consultation with the Ministry of Ayush and is based on authoritative Ayurvedic texts listed in Schedule A. Ayurveda Ahar regulations were introduced in 2020 to regulate herbal medicine exports and Ayurvedic cosmetic products. Food business operators, that is FBOs, can request the inclusion of additional products under category A, provided they submit references from recognized Ayurvedic sources. So as you have four options, tell me what do you think, what is the correct answer? So Ayurvedic Ahar list was developed in the consultation with the Ministry of Ayush and is based on authoritative Ayurvedic text listed in Schedule A. That's wrong. Ayurveda Ahar regulation was introduced in 2020 to regulate herbal medicine exports and Ayurvedic cosmetic products. That's correct. And again, FBOs can request the inclusion of additional products under category A. That's wrong. So here the correct answer was only and only option number C. I mean the statement 2. So here C is the correct answer. Next. Which specific technology in the primary tool is used under Swamitva, that is survey of village, Abadi and mapping with improvised technology in village areas for the mapping with improvised technology component? Is it solar, sonar, satellite or drone? What is the answer? So guys, from the drone part, we have already discussed this in the past live test. We were talking about Indore location, if you remember. So here the correct answer will be drone, by guys. Drone is the correct answer. So under this scheme, the government of the India uses a high resolution drone technology to map rural inhabited areas, and drone captures precise geospatial data to create property maps and issues property cards. This Swamiत्व was launched by Ministry of Panchayati Raj in 2020. So it is asked which ministry has launched it. Next, and the final question is, it's regarding festival. So read the following statements about the Losar festival of the Monpa community. The first one is, Mito is a traditional evening ritual where people march with flaming torches to drive away evil spirits and usher in the new year. The festival is primarily celebrated to commemorate the victory of the Ahom dynasty over local mountain tribes. The third one is, a special noodle soup called gutuk, containing 9 specific ingredients, is traditionally served on the evening of this festival. So which of the following statement is correct? So here I'll just remove everything again. So the Meto is actually a traditional evening ritual where people march with the flaming torches to drive away evil spirits and usher in the new year. That's correct. But the festival is primarily celebrated to commemorate the victory of Ahom dynasty over local mountain tribes. That's wrong. A special soup called gutuk, containing 9 specific ingredients, is traditionally served on the evening of the festival. So here only 1 and 3 is correct. So I'll go with option number C only. So what is the correct answer? Option number C is the correct answer. So let's go in the detailing of the same. So Mito ritual. So on the evening of Losar, the Monpa people perform Mito ceremony. They carry flame torches made of resinous pine wood through the streets and chant incantations. This is believed to purify the community by driving out evil spirits and bad luck from the passing year. Statement second, which was incorrect. So this is actually the trick statement. Losar is a Tibetan Buddhist New Year festival. So its origins are socio-religious and tied to the lunar calendar, not to the military victory by Ahom dynasty. Now this is important one. Who ruled the Brahmaputra Valley in Assam? So not the high altitude Monpa regions like Tawang. So that's why this was wrong. So that's all. So yes guys, here we complete our all 25 questions. But see, for explaining this, obviously I have taken some time, but in the examination we cannot give more than few seconds because we have other things also to do, right? So yes, here now from now onwards SSC CGL will give you 15 minutes for these 25 questions, right? So when you are getting 15 minutes, so obviously you have sufficient amount of time, but in my opinion the questions might come in this form, that is statement wise, and it will take your time. So earlier it used to happen that we used to take just 7 to 8 minutes to complete the whole GS section, but now the questions might be tricky, the questions might be the statement wise, or the long questions might be asked so that you will get the same timing which will be related to the question only. So obviously I am preparing the test for you people in a manner that you can actually try to attempt that in a way that in the examination you won't find that this is something new. So that's all from my end. And yes guys, if you want to give this attempt, so what you can do, you can just go to the Oliveboard website, just type Oliveboard there, and here the tests are already in the sectional wise format. So see, whenever you will go to the test part, here you have these PYPs and live tests. So when you will click on CGL tier 1, so you'll get the live test here, right? So you can take the test from here. So in the tier 1, see, these are the mock tests which are given here, right? So here tests are now present with the sectional timing because 15 minutes each will be given. So this is important one for you to understand. Okay, and guys, if you wanna go with any of the paid batches, so you can choose SSC and Railway Super Elite batch, which includes both Hindi and English medium courses, and also it has 1200 plus live session for the CGL examinations, 600 plus live session for the RRB examinations, 300 plus concept videos are there, 900 plus mock tests are there, typing tests, each and everything is here. You can just click on the enroll now option. For the maximum discount, you have the coupon code BIG, which is giving you the 60% off. So I'll just type BIG here. click on it, apply on the coupon code, and you will get the maximum discount. So that's all from my end. So guys, I'll request you all to please give this test, and once you'll give this test, you'll get to know, yes, what is your real level. So that's all. Thank you guys. We'll meet in the next class then. Bye bye guys. Take care. Jai Hind. Love you all.